I definitely know if I didn't have the support that I have, I could be anywhere, be doing anything, could be alive, could be not.
In LA, like, you're struggling for food, you're struggling for water, you get government assistance, but then that only does so much.
We came to California because we were going through a lot back home in Texas, and what we didn't know is that even though we moved to California, that our situation was going to get worse.
In 2018, Dwight and Daniel, two friends from high school in Arlington, Texas, moved to California seeking new opportunities and a more accepting community.
Originally, I was born in New Orleans, Louisiana, but 2005 Katrina, everyone pushed towards where they had to go. Yeah. And Texas was just where we ended up. I came out to my dad, I want to say, at the end of my sophomore year, and I was like, I believe that like I'm truly homosexual. I was like, I know this is what I want. This isn't some phase. Like he didn't believe in the thought of homosexuality and people enjoying music and music being your way of expressing yourself. He thought that it was all like a fiction.
That's why we came to California, because we didn't find that support. We didn't see the different perspectives. Yeah. Like there was just so much more that we weren't seeing in Texas alone.
The reason we did move out was because I had called Daniel crying because one morning I was sleeping after work and like I just hear stuff being thrown out and stuff being around, like being moved around, and so I wake up and all of my clothes are outside and like just all over the ground, all of my stuff's outside, and I'm just like, let's go to California.
With trouble at home, Dwight and Daniel planned for their move. Daniel earned a scholarship to an LA art school, and Dwight set his sights on professional dance training. They secured promises of jobs and an apartment with roommates.
The plan was working, and then we literally get here, and everything just fell apart.
Arriving in California, they found their roommates had abandoned them, leaving Dwight and Daniel scrambling and unable to secure housing for the next 5 months.
After being in a hotel for more than, honestly, a week, or just switching from Airbnbs, it gets tiring and like tough. It was nothing else but like stress on my mind. I was like, oh my God, we're running out of hotel days, we're running out of money, what's gonna be next? Like I knew eventually that the shelter was coming up.
We stayed in a shelter that was all the way off of 54th and then also Skid Row. And so that commute alone, paying for a commute every day, trying to get to somewhere to make you money, it was very challenging. Like we both had to end up giving up school just to live.
If you're young and homeless in LA, what happens is you're often not recognized as homeless. Usually by no fault of their own, they find themselves in a predicament where they're having to struggle and worry about housing at far too young of an age to have to worry about it.
Having to go out to Skid Row, I got out there on the goal line, I got off at Little Tokyo and had to walk all the way to the shelter by myself. I'm seeing all of these people on the streets, I'm smelling all these different chemicals in the air, knowing that there's different drugs, all these old people staring at me, you not knowing what's going on. I was scared for my life.
Young people who are LGBTQ face higher risks on the streets. And the number of young homeless in Los Angeles is rising by more than 61%, according to a recent count. Nearly 1 in 3 are current or former foster youth, like Autumn.
My name is Autumn, and I entered the foster care system at 6 years old, and I was under legal guardianship under my aunt and my uncle. When I was 18, there was a lot of trauma still happening in the home, so I felt it was a good idea for me to move elsewhere where I can get help every week and I can better myself.
I had given up at that point. I was sitting in the Union Rescue Mission, and I was like, this is it, like I've done everything I could. I'm going to be homeless, I'm going to be living in this shelter for the rest of my life.
If we don't find a solution, or if we don't help, then these youth become the adult homeless.
I wasn't too sure on what housing options were available to me, so I just did my research and I crossed out every program that I felt that wasn't going to serve my needs, and Hathaway-Sycamores was one of those programs that did.
After we met them once, they saw us every day.
No matter the challenges that a candidate for our program brings to the table, we get them housed first and worry about it later.
We had just met these people and already had so much support, and like usually that reads skeptical, but in our situation, it like read hope.
Every youth that comes into our program, first day is they have an assigned case manager. And then we also wrap a clinician around them, a therapist. Beyond that, there's a whole slew of people that are behind the scenes that aren't working with youth on a daily basis, but are here for support. So we have an employment specialist, we have a transition specialist, a transition manager, we have a resource development specialist, we have an educational liaison. They build relationships, show genuine care, and believe that we're holding the hope for people who may not feel like they have hope.
We went to Michael that Wednesday, and 2 days later we didn't know that we had this apartment. But we had it already, and so it was really, I was like, we're almost out of this. Like I was like, we're basically near the end, like we're almost out of this.
Hathaway-Sycamores provided me with a furnished apartment, and I was by myself actually. I didn't have a roommate, and I was going through a lot of depression, and I'm just very grateful for my caseworker and therapist at the time. She really helped me gain a lot of my confidence and helped me understand that just because what I'm going through doesn't define me as a person. Once I connected with Hathaway-Sycamores, my confidence just spiked. I was able to attend conferences and workshops and bring information back so I can then work with my peers to elevate our community. And also, I am a TAY AmeriCorps ambassador. I'm not sure where I would have been without Hathaway-Sycamores and everything that they offer me, because they have helped me get through a lot of hard times. I definitely know if I didn't have the support that I have, I could be anywhere, be doing anything, could be alive, could be not. So I don't know what I would do without the support of everyone in my life. Even like as simple as even getting taken away from my mom. Even something as simple as that. I don't even know where I would have been, what place I would have been in if I was still under my mom's care. Yeah, Hathaway-Sycamores has definitely been a parent to me in a way, being that parent figure that I can lean on. And I am so grateful and thankful for everything that Hathaway-Sycamores has done for me, as well as other youth and youth that aren't in the program yet.